Our everyday organizations around the world face thousands of cyber attacks targeting their systems, networks, and sensitive information. Threat detection is the process of identifying suspicious activity before it becomes a serious security incident. This includes detecting hackers attempting to gain unauthorized access, malware trying to infect systems, or attackers stealing valuable data. Modern cybersecurity systems continuously monitor digital environments in real time, analyzing behavior, traffic patterns, and system activity. The goal is simple: detect the threat early, stop the attack quickly, and prevent damage before it spreads. In cybersecurity, speed is everything. The faster a threat is detected, the lower the damage it can cause. That is why modern organizations rely heavily on real time monitoring systems. These systems constantly analyze network traffic, user activity, log in attempts, running applications, and device behavior every second. Security dashboards display live alerts and suspicious indicators as soon as unusual activity appears. Instead of waiting for an attack to fully execute, security teams can immediately investigate and respond before critical systems are compromised. Modern threat detection works by collecting and analyzing data from multiple sources across an organization's infrastructure. The first layer is user activity monitoring. This includes tracking user behavior, login activity, file access patterns, commands executed on systems, and actions performed on endpoints or hosts. The second layer is network traffic analysis. This involves monitoring network flows, packets, DNS requests, internet connections, and communication between devices. All of this information is then sent into a threat analysis engine. Here, predefined security rules, artificial intelligence models, behavioral analytics, and IOC matching are used to identify suspicious activity. Greater than IOC stands for indicators of compromise, which are known signs that a system may already be infected or under attack. Once suspicious behavior matches predefined conditions or abnormal patterns, the system generates an alert for security analysts to investigate immediately. Threat detection systems are designed to react instantly when suspicious behavior is identified. For example, if a user suddenly logs in from an unusual country, attempts to access restricted data, or begins encrypting large numbers of files, the system immediately recognizes the activity as abnormal. Security alerts are then generated automatically and displayed on monitoring dashboards inside the Security Operations Center. These alerts contain important information such as the affected system, severity level, attack indicators, and recommended response actions. Fast alert generation is critical because even a few seconds can determine whether an attack is contained or spreads across the entire network. Cybersecurity teams face many different types of threats every single day. Some attacks are designed to steal information silently, while others are built to completely disrupt operations. Threat detection systems must therefore identify multiple attack techniques across networks, endpoints, cloud systems, and user environments. From malware infections and phishing attacks to ransomware, insider threats, and large-scale denial of service attacks, every threat leaves behind digital traces. Modern detection systems analyze these traces continuously in order to identify attacks as quickly as possible. Malware is one of the most common forms of cyber attack. The word malware refers to malicious software specifically designed to damage systems, steal information, spy on users, or gain unauthorized access. Key malware can enter systems through infected downloads, malicious email attachments, compromised websites, or vulnerable applications. Once executed, it may silently operate in the background while collecting sensitive information such as passwords, financial records, or company data. Some malware spreads automatically across networks, infecting multiple systems within minutes. Threat detection systems monitor file behavior, suspicious processes, unusual network communication, and system modifications to identify malware before it causes widespread damage. Phishing attacks manipulate human behavior instead of directly attacking technology. Attackers create fake emails, websites, or login pages that appear legitimate in order to trick users into revealing sensitive information. Victims may unknowingly enter passwords, banking details, or confidential company credentials into malicious websites controlled by attackers. Modern phishing attacks are extremely sophisticated and often imitate trusted companies, coworkers, or cloud services. Threat detection systems analyze suspicious email behavior, malicious links, unusual sender patterns, and fake domains to help identify phishing attempts before users become victims. Ransomware is one of the most destructive forms of cybercrime today. In a ransomware attack, malicious software encrypts files and locks critical systems, making them inaccessible to users. Attackers then demand payment, usually in cryptocurrency, in exchange for restoring access. These attacks can completely shut down businesses, hospitals, transportation systems, and government operations. Modern ransomware spreads rapidly across networks and targets backups, servers, and connected devices. Threat detection systems monitor for unusual encryption activity, rapid file modifications, privilege escalation, and suspicious lateral movement in order to stop ransomware before it spreads further. Not every cyber threat comes from external hackers. Sometimes threats originate from inside the organization itself. An insider threat occurs when an employee, contractor, or trusted user misuses their legitimate access to steal data, leak information, or damage systems. In some cases, insiders act intentionally for financial or personal reasons. In other situations, employees may accidentally expose sensitive information through negligence or poor security practices. Threat detection systems monitor unusual access patterns, excessive file transfers, unauthorized downloads, and abnormal user behavior to identify insider threats before serious damage occurs. A distributed denial of service attack, commonly known as a DDoS attack, is designed to overwhelm systems with massive amounts of traffic. Attackers use thousands or even millions of compromised devices to flood servers, websites, or applications with requests simultaneously. As traffic increases beyond capacity, services become slow, unstable, or completely unavailable to legitimate users. Okok, these attacks can disrupt online businesses, financial services, gaming platforms, and critical infrastructure. Threat detection systems identify unusual traffic spikes, abnormal connection patterns, and network overload conditions in real time, allowing organizations to mitigate attacks before systems fail completely. Pattern detection. Every cyber attack leaves behind patterns and indicators. Threat detection systems are designed to recognize these patterns automatically. Modern security platforms use artificial intelligence, behavioral analytics, and machine learning to identify suspicious relationships between events occurring across systems and networks. For example, unusual login behavior combined with suspicious file access and abnormal network communication may indicate an ongoing compromise. By correlating these events together, detection systems can identify attacks much faster than manual monitoring alone. This ability to recognize hidden patterns is one of the most powerful capabilities in modern cybersecurity. Signature-based detection. One of the oldest and most widely used threat detection methods is signature-based detection. This approach works by comparing files, applications, and system activity against a database of known malicious signatures. A signature can include unique code patterns, malware hashes, attack fingerprints, or identifiable characteristics associated with previously discovered threats. If the system detects a match, the threat is immediately flagged or blocked. Signature-based detection is highly effective against known malware and well-documented attacks because it provides fast and accurate identification. Known threat matching. Threat databases contain millions of known malware signatures collected from previous attacks around the world. When files or activities are scanned, the detection system compares them against this massive library of known threats. If a match is identified, the system can immediately classify the threat and apply security actions such as quarantine, blocking, or alert generation. This process allows organizations to quickly defend against previously identified malware families and attack techniques. Limitations. Although signature-based detection is fast and reliable against known threats, it has an important limitation. It cannot easily detect brand new malware or unknown attack techniques that have never been seen before. Cybercriminals constantly modify malware code in order to bypass traditional signature databases. These new attacks are commonly called zero-day threats because security vendors have had 0 days to create signatures for them. This limitation is one of the main reasons why modern cybersecurity now relies heavily on behavioral analysis and artificial intelligence. Behavior-based detection. Behavior-based detection focuses on how systems and users behave rather than searching only for known malware signatures. Instead of asking whether something matches a known threat, the system asks whether the behavior itself appears suspicious or abnormal. For example, if a normal office employee suddenly begins accessing sensitive servers, downloading massive amounts of data, or running unusual commands, the activity may indicate compromise. Behavioral detection is extremely valuable because it can identify previously unknown threats, insider attacks, and advanced cyber intrusions that traditional methods might miss. Suspicious login detected. Imagine an employee account normally logs in from Singapore during office hours every day. Suddenly, the same account attempts to access systems from another country late at night while downloading thousands of confidential files. Even if the credentials are technically valid, the behavior itself is highly suspicious. Threat detection systems analyze location patterns, login timing, access behavior, and file activity in real time to identify these anomalies immediately. Once detected, security alerts are generated so analysts can investigate whether the account has been compromised. Zero-day threat detection. Zero-day attacks are among the most dangerous threats in cybersecurity because they exploit vulnerabilities that security systems may not yet recognize. Traditional signature-based methods often fail against these attacks because no known signature exists. Behavior-based detection and artificial intelligence help solve this problem by focusing on suspicious activity rather than known malware patterns alone. If a program suddenly behaves abnormally, modifies critical files, disables security controls, or spreads unexpectedly across systems, AI-driven detection engines can identify the activity as malicious even if the threat has never been seen before. AI and machine learning. Artificial intelligence and machine learning have transformed modern threat detection. Today's security systems process enormous volumes of data every second across networks, cloud platforms, endpoints, and applications. Human analysts alone cannot manually analyze this scale of information fast enough. AI systems solve this challenge by learning patterns of normal behavior and automatically identifying anomalies that may indicate attacks. Machine learning models continuously improve over time as they analyze more data, helping organizations detect threats faster and reduce false positives more effectively. Real time AI analysis. Modern AI driven security platforms operate continuously in real time. They analyze network traffic, user behavior, authentication activity, system logs, and endpoint telemetry simultaneously. AI engines calculate threat scores based on the probability that specific behavior may indicate malicious activity. This allows organizations to prioritize the most dangerous threats immediately instead of wasting time on low risk alerts. Real time AI analysis significantly improves detection speed, reduces analyst workload, and strengthens overall cyber defense capabilities. The future of cyber defense. Cyber threats continue to evolve rapidly as attackers become more sophisticated and automated. To defend against these modern threats, organizations are increasingly relying on artificial intelligence, behavioral analytics, and automated response systems. The future of cybersecurity will focus heavily on predictive threat detection, where AI identifies attacks before they fully execute. Security systems will become faster, smarter, and more autonomous in defending networks and critical infrastructure. In the modern digital world, threat detection is no longer optional. It has become one of the most essential pillars of cybersecurity defense.